Hey Dad, today I want to talk about the Fourth Amendment, the one that protects us from unreasonable searches and seizures. And right now in Minnesota, that protection is being pushed harder than most people realize. The Fourth Amendment has always been about one core principle. Government can't treat people like suspects without individualized cause. Not because of where they are, not because they're filming, and definitely not because of what they look like. But under Operation Metro Surge, we're seeing all of those lines tested. DHS has deployed over 2,000 federal agents across Minneapolis and St. Paul, the largest immigration enforcement operation in U.S. history. And that presence has produced door-to-door encounters, street stops near schools, and confrontations in predominantly Somali neighborhoods. Minnesota's Attorney General and the cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul have even accused DHS of racial profiling, arguing that Somali Minnesotans, including U.S. citizens, have been targeted for questioning and stops without any individualized suspicion. And Dad, this is exactly where the Fourth Amendment draws one of its hardest lines. The Supreme Court has said again and again, including in Brignani-Ponce, that race or ethnicity alone can never justify a stop. Not maybe, not unless, never. Yet the reports coming out of Minnesota describe U.S. citizens being detained or questioned simply because they look Somali, and agents going house to house in Somali majority blocks. That violates the Fourth Amendment just as surely as a warrantless search does. Now, in the middle of all of this, a federal judge stepped in with something important, an injunction telling DHS agents they cannot retaliate against peaceful observers, and that safely following agents at a distance does not create reasonable suspicion. That ruling didn't come out of nowhere. It came after weeks of people being detained, pepper sprayed, or threatened simply for filming or standing nearby. Which brings me back to Renee Good and Alex Preddy. Both were engaged in constitutionally protected observation when they were killed. In Renee Good's case, DHS claims she attempted to ram officers, but ABC News' frame-by-frame analysis showed her steering away 1 second before shots were fired. That's exactly the kind of conflict between government narrative and eyewitness video that makes the Fourth Amendment so crucial. In Alex Preddy's case, videos showed him holding a phone, not a weapon, and multiple angles appear to show an agent removing his holstered gun seconds before he was shot, again contradicting initial claims. When the government insists its version of events is the truth, but videos show something very different, the Fourth Amendment becomes more than a legal concept. It becomes the only thing standing between official suspicion and guaranteed abuse. And Dad, that includes racial suspicion too, because the Fourth Amendment is not just about warrants and searches. It's about preventing the government from deciding that some people or some communities are presumptive suspects. Somali Minnesotans shouldn't be stopped because of their ethnicity. Observers like Renee Good shouldn't be shot for watching. And legal carriers like Alex Preddy shouldn't be killed because someone assumed man with gun equals threat, even when the evidence shows the opposite. The Fourth Amendment is supposed to protect all of us from that. Not just in theory, but in the moment when power is being exercised. And right now, our country is living through one of those moments. How should the Fourth Amendment protect communities today, especially when large-scale federal operations target specific neighborhoods or ethnic groups? Let's discuss in the comments.